And welcome back to Local 6 Midday on another edition of Local 6 LiveLine as we extend a warm welcome to Sara Bradley, who is an award-winning chef, owner of the Freight House in Paducah. And Sara, we want to go ahead and get into the meat of this because you have been recently featured in Southern Living magazine, and there was an article in there called Kentucky Fried Hanukkah. Tell us about that. Yeah, so we had this kind of beautiful article featuring a lot of foods based on Hanukkah traditions, fried chicken, donuts, vegetables that were roasted with lots of oil, things like that. So yeah, it was a great spread. It talked a lot about Paducah and us being a UNESCO city and all of those beautiful things. If I understand it correctly, all the foods in this are fried, so you're going to have to explain that one to me. Yeah, so Hanukkah is a very old holiday, well over 2,000 years old. And it dates back to when Jews were fighting for land and they needed oil to keep their eternal lamp burning. So that's kind of symbolic of the menorah. They needed oil. So everything here to be symbolic of that holiday is cooked in oil. So we eat lots of fried things. Well, what about your Hanukkah traditions growing up? Tell us about some of those. For a lot of my Hanukkah traditions consisted of potato latkes, fried chicken, donuts, brisket, all of those good things. But it was great. We've got eight nights of presents. So as a little kid, I just thought that was the best thing ever. I can just imagine. As far as the article itself, you mentioned a moment ago that it had some interesting things in there about Paducah. And Paducah does have an interesting Jewish history, I understand. It does. A lot of people don't know. You can see this plaque right down on the flood wall, right there, that talks all about it. There was an expulsion of Jews. The only one that's ever happened in this hemisphere happened in Paducah, Kentucky, by the North's general. It was, the order was stopped by Abraham Lincoln himself. Yeah, so we have this really interesting heritage that happens here in Paducah. There still is a thriving Jewish population here, and we just had a beautiful Hanukkah celebration last Friday. We didn't even have enough seats set up. So many people showed up. So that was a really rewarding evening. Well, food has become your life. I mean, you are a world-renowned chef. You've been on television. I sort of feel a little starstruck myself sitting with this lady here. But your mother, she was instrumental, I think, in developing your love for food, as I understand it. What role did she actually play in all that? I think that the matriarchs in my family, so my mother, my father's mother, who I named my first daughter after, I think that a lot of those people really taught me that food is just more than sustenance. It is something you do for people when you love them. It is something we eat to celebrate or to grieve. And my mother she's an amazing cook. I think probably at some other point in her life she could have been a chef. She just really taught me a lot about food and how to be hospitable to people. Got about 30 seconds left, and as we mentioned earlier, you are owner of the Freight House, a very profitable and busy business down there. I guess things are going pretty well? Yeah, we're doing great, and we've got a lot of stuff for the holiday season. We've got gift cards, you can buy bottles of bourbon, new t-shirts, all kinds of fun stuff that you can share the love of Freight House around town. All right, she is Sara Bradley, award-winning chef, and don't forget to try to catch her article in Southern Living called Kentucky Fried Hanukkah. I'm sure you'll enjoy that with a good read, and if you get a chance, go see her and have a nice dinner. So, Sara, we thank you for your visit today, and we thank you for watching. Stay tuned. We've got more Midday coming up.